After 67 years of life and having experienced the twists and turns of 2 marriages, I find myself still longing for connection. It's a feeling that doesn't diminish with time, but rather takes on a new shape, a quiet hope that the next chapter holds something special. So I begin to imagine the woman who fate has planned for me next, the one who understands the rhythm of my heart and the wishes whispered by my soul. I trust that she will be intelligent because true charm is rooted in wisdom as well as beautiful, with a sharp wit and a figure that speaks of grace and confidence. Someone equally eager for closeness and companionship, sharing the warmth of those deep desires. Her hair is thick and dark, straight and flowing like a gentle stream that sweeps over her shoulders to rest around her waist. Those deep brows frame her face perfectly, just as nature intended, untouched by artificial changes, proudly embracing the color given by life itself. Her large, expressive eyes sparkle with a quiet intensity, reflecting the flicker of emotions that dance beneath the surface. She wears no makeup, comfortable and radiant in her natural beauty, confident not because she needs to prove anything, but because she loves herself fully. There's a softness to her form, curvy, warm and welcoming, but strength as well, the kind that reveals itself in the subtle strength of shoulders, accustomed to hard work and honest effort. She stands confidently near the chair, a living blend of vitality and grace, comfortable in her own skin. Her presence alone is enough to set a quiet fire to the evening air. All is calm but electric, like the moment before a magnificent journey begins. My hand moves slowly from the edge of the chair to rest in a familiar place, gentle and deliberate. Today isn't about rushing or bursts of fleeting moments, but about savoring each step, each sensation as if it were a journey stretching infinitely ahead. There's a warmth radiating from within, good and soothing in my palm. Even at this stage in my life, I find beauty in the resilience of my body, in the way passion still bubbles beneath the surface, ready to rise. I picture her observing quietly, eyes filled with quiet anticipation as I begin to trace slow, tender circles, a dance we both understand, even if it exists only in this shared fantasy. The scene unfolds like a careful pilot setting course, steady and sure. My pulse quickens in response to the imagined sights and sounds in the room, the subtle quickening of breath, the shift of weight as she moves into view, bare skin glowing softly in the low light. She is my attentive partner, caught in the moment, offering herself with warmth and playful openness. Her smile is a promise of the joy that awaits, a private language exchanged in glances and soft breaths. We settle into a rhythm, the world narrowing to the two of us in a gentle orbit. My gaze drops for a moment to her form, noticing the delicate rise and fall of her chest, the hint of life pulsing beneath her skin. Her hands explore, playful and deliberate, as if tracing the edges of a melody only she can hear. The connection between us is easy, a harmony that does not require words but blossoms in the quiet spaces between heartbeats. Slowly, the pace builds, nothing hurried or urgent, but growing in warmth and light as day turns to dusk. There's an unspoken acknowledgement that this is not just about sensation, but about being seen, about sharing the quiet vulnerability that comes with desire. Our shared space fills with the soft sounds of breath and movement, the gentle rustle of fabric and skin. It is peaceful and electric all at once, a dance of shadow and light. Her hand reaches down confidently, an invitation wrapped in boldness and tenderness. I meet her gaze, finding in those eyes both curiosity and the promise of pleasure beyond the physical. The moment stretches and shimmers, textured with anticipation and the soft glow of affection. And in that exchange, I find a spark of something enduring, a connection that feels timeless, rooted in the simple joy of shared presence. The evening wears on, unfolding in quiet harmony as passion builds without rush or pressure. It is a story told in glances, in gentle touches, in the warmth shared between two souls. The imagined dance carries me gently beyond the edges of solitude, into a space where longing fades into fulfillment, where age and time seem to dissolve in the heat of connection. Here, in this quiet, imagined space, I find hope for the next flight, for the journey still to come. As the evening deepens, the atmosphere in the room becomes more charged, yet remains tender and deliberate. The imagined woman moves gracefully, a perfect blend of strength and softness, standing close enough that the air between us seems to hum with anticipation. My hand continues its gentle journey, steady but filled with care, exploring familiar territory, yet sparked anew by the freshness of this shared fantasy. There is no rush here. Rather, there's a deliberate savoring of every sensation, every subtle shift in temperature and texture. The warmth beneath my fingertips feels electric, a reminder of how alive the body remains, even after so many years. Her eyes follow each movement intently, reflecting a mix of curiosity and admiration. Noticing this, I let my pace slow, allowing the moment to breathe and expand. Imagining her response brings a secret smile, a silent encouragement that this connection is as real in my mind as any lived experience. The room fills with the quiet sound of gentle breaths and soft sighs, a rhythm punctuated by the occasional lean, the slight sway of her form as she mirrors my movements in her own unapologetic way. There's beauty in this shared silence, as if words would only crowd the delicate balance of sensations. Her hands roam freely, tender yet bold, tracing gentle arcs over her curves as though committing every contour to memory. I picture her fingers dancing softly against her own skin, a private moment that becomes part of our silent dialogue. The passion in her eyes holds a playful spark, one that entices me to match her openness with tenderness and care. I take my time, letting every stroke carry meaning, creating a mosaic of sensation woven by trust and desire. The warmth between us grows, spreading like a gentle flame rather than a reckless blaze, igniting possibility rather than urgency. My imagined companion steps a little closer, her breathing mingling with mine in the shared space, heightening the connection I feel. She offers no words, only a look of intent, urging patience and presence. With a sense of reverence, I respond by steadying my touch, focusing on the ebb and flow of emotion this moment brings. Her silhouette is soft in the dim light, curves accentuated by shadows that play like whispers on her skin. I imagine the smooth glide of her hair against her neck, the gentle tilt of her head as she savors this mutual closeness. The quiet intimacy is a balm, soothing the restless parts of my soul that have longed for such communion. It is a dance of giving and receiving, an unspoken pact that this connection transcends the physical to touch something more profound. The room feels suspended in time, save for the gentle increasing of rhythm, a tender crescendo that soothes even as it excites. My mind drifts, savoring the imagined sensations as my hand moves with a practiced ease, combining softness and intent. I imagine her rising excitement mirrored by the subtle gathering of strength within me, the promise of release held just beyond reach. She watches with eyes wide and bright, the warmth of her gaze a constant encouragement. There is humor here too, a shy, teasing smile that breaks through the intensity and invites shared joy. Her playful admiration fuels my own confidence, reminding me that desire is not diminished by years, but often deepened by experience. The slow build of tension is punctuated by moments of tenderness, brief pauses where attention lingers on the softness of skin, the curve of a shoulder, the gentle catch of breath. It is a meditation as much as a flight, a deliberate journey where every sense is heightened and every sensation treasured. As we reach this imagined summit, the world beyond fades, leaving only the quiet harmony of mutual pleasure and understanding. Our connection, though born in fantasy, feels real and profound, a testament to the enduring power of longing and the human need for closeness. The scene settles into a gentle embrace, a lingering promise that this imagined woman and I will share many such moments beyond the reaches of time and memory. In her presence, even if only in my mind, I find a renewal of spirit, a hope that the paths ahead will lead to warmth, laughter, and the beautiful simplicity of being truly seen. The connection between us deepens, subtle and electric, as the evening unfolds like a slow burning flame. The room feels alive with quiet energy, each breath a shared melody, each glance a whispered secret. I imagine her standing close, a captivating presence that draws me in without haste. Her skin glows softly in the ambient light, warm and inviting, and her eyes lock with mine clear, honest, and full of unspoken promises. My hand moves with practiced ease, carrying a rhythm that balances tenderness with intent, exploring familiar paths renewed by the freshness of this imagined moment. There is no rush here, only the gentle unfolding of trust and desire, a quiet dance where every sensation is felt deeply. I picture her fingers tracing soft, playful arcs along her skin, her movements expressive yet delicate, as if weaving a private language of longing. Her smile, both coy and bold, encourages me to linger in this space, to savor the slow crescendo of anticipation. The warmth between us grows steadily, a gentle tide rising to meet the shore, steady and sure. With each passing moment, our shared space narrows, and the outside world fades away, leaving just the two of us caught in this exquisite balance of attention and affection. I feel the steady beat of my own heart, a strong, steady drum that resonates with the quiet excitement building inside. Her gaze never wavers. It invites me to trust, to let go, to be present. There's a sacred quality to this exchange, a reverence for the mutual vulnerability that comes with opening up so completely. My hand responds with confidence tempered by care, gliding over contours with a lover's familiarity, yet infused with the thrill of discovery. I sense her breathing deepen, a soft echo of my own rising pulse. The room is filled with the subtle symphony of shared experience, light rustling, soft sighs, the mingling of warmth and breath. Her playful gestures bring a smile to my lips. She teases gently, her fingers moving in tandem with mine, a delicate duet of give and take. In those moments, I feel a surge of gratitude for this connection, timeless, tender, and true. The imagined closeness bolsters my spirit, reminding me that desire is not bound by age, but enriched by the stories we carry and the hearts we choose to share. As the pace grows, so does the intensity, not frantic but focused, a crescendo built on years of knowing how to love fully and freely. I meet her gaze and see reflected there the same yearning, the same readiness to embrace the vulnerability and joy that come with giving ourselves away, if only for a little while. The rhythm becomes a song, our bodies and minds in harmony, the softness of her skin, the curve of her silhouette, the promise in her smile all weave together into a tapestry of sensation and emotion. With every passing moment, the bond deepens, anchored in mutual respect and the simple beauty of shared presence. The quiet pleasure of this imagined closeness fills me with warmth, dispelling any lingering shadows of loneliness or doubt. It is a reminder that connection, in its purest form, transcends the physical and touches the soul. As the imagined flight nears its peak, I savor the balance of tension and release, of anticipation and fulfillment. Her quiet encouragement and playful teasing ignite the final spark, a tender crescendo that speaks to the richness of experience and the power of shared intimacy. In this moment, I am fully alive, fully present, grateful for the gift of imagination that brings us together, and hopeful for the promise of new beginnings. The evening unfolds with a gentle intensity, as if time itself has slowed to honor the delicate balance between anticipation and fulfillment. The imagined woman moves with a confidence that is both inviting and unspoken, her presence a quiet flame drawing me closer into a world where only we exist. The soft glow of the room casts gentle shadows across her curves, highlighting the natural grace she carries effortlessly. Her eyes meet mine with a tender openness, reflecting the shared desire that lingers quietly between us. My hand continues its familiar journey, steady and reverent, exploring the contours with a mix of care and longing. Each touch is deliberate, a careful dance that honors years of experience and the subtle language of connection. The warmth beneath my fingers feels electric, charged with promise and the intoxicating thrill of intimacy reignited. As our silent communion deepens, I sense her breathing grow even softer, each exhale a whisper that weaves into the quiet symphony of the room. She moves closer, a living invitation that stirs the embers within me to a steady glow. Her fingers trace tender paths along her own skin, a recorded rhythm of pleasure that mirrors my own motions. The space between us vibrates with a shared energy, a gentle current flowing back and forth like a whispered secret. There is a playful spark in her gaze, a silent dare to explore without haste or judgment, and I respond with a smile that carries both affection and anticipation. The pace builds gradually, not rushed, but full of purpose, each movement layering warmth upon warmth. I imagine the subtle brush of her hair against her neck, the gentle tilt of her head as she savors this growing closeness. The connection transcends the physical, expanding into an embrace of spirit and emotion, a dance of unity and mutual respect. Her hands find their way with a confident tenderness, stroking and caressing in a way that reveals both strength and vulnerability. I match her attentiveness, my touch blending firmness with softness, promise with patience. Time loses meaning as we move together through this shared space, every sensation amplified by the trust that underpins it. The rhythm settles into a steady crescendo, a harmonious blend of affection and desire that fills the room with unspoken joy. I catch the subtle glint in her eyes as she teases gently, inviting me to follow, to explore, to revel in this mutual gift. The heat between us intensifies, a slow burn that kindles a deep sense of fulfillment. There is humor in the moment too, a playful exchange that lightens the intensity and reminds me of the joy found in connection. Her laughter is like a soft caress, melting away any lingering hesitations, and I find myself smiling freely in response. As the crescendo peaks, every sense is alive, every nerve ending humming with pleasure and anticipation. Her focused gaze fuels my own confidence, reminding me that the years behind me have only enriched the beauty of this experience. Our shared breath mingles, carried on a wave of warmth and tenderness that feels both timeless and new. In this private sanctuary of imagination, I rediscover the power of presence, the profound magic found in being fully seen and fully alive. The moment lingers, suspended in perfect harmony, a quiet promise of more to come. And as the night wraps around us like a gentle embrace, I savor this imagined closeness, knowing it carries with it the hope and possibility that light the path ahead. As the night deepens, the atmosphere settles into a warm, gentle, comfortable space where time seems to stretch and breathe with us. She moves with a softness that invites closeness, her presence wrapping around me like a familiar melody. The glow of the room paints her silhouette with tender light, every curve and contour a testament to natural beauty and quiet strength. Our eyes meet, sharing a moment heavy with promise and understanding, a silent accord that invites surrender and trust. My hand continues its careful, practiced dance, guided by years of knowing, yet renewed by the freshness of this imagined embrace. There is a rhythm to it now, slow and sure, balancing care with a deep, steady passion that warms from within. The warmth beneath my touch feels alive, a pulse that travels through me, steady and comforting. She leans in closer, her breath mingling with mine, and a quiet smile touches her lips, seeming to say without words that she is here, fully present and ready to share this intimate space. Her hands trace gentle circles over her own skin, an expression of pleasure mingled with invitation, a silent language we both understand. The world outside fades further away, leaving only this intimate orbit of connection, where each movement is a conversation, each glance an unspoken vow. The embrace between us deepens, not hurried, but unfolding like a soft wave rolling onto shore. Her touch becomes more confident, a tender exploration filled with warmth and affection. I respond in kind, my fingers caressing with both reverence and desire, careful to honor this moment of mutual giving. The room fills with the subtle music of our shared breaths and the quiet beat of hearts in sync. As passion builds, there is a playful spark-small smiles and teasing touches that lift the mood with lightness and delight. Her laughter brightens the space, reminding me that joy and intimacy are intertwined, that connection thrives not only in intensity but in tenderness and ease. Gradually, the energy crescendos, rising and layering sensations like a well-composed symphony. Our bodies communicate in a language older than words, speaking of longing and fulfillment, of trust earned and freely given. The heat between us is both physical and soulful, a meeting of two spirits exploring the depths of companionship and desire. I find strength in her gaze, steady, warm, inviting a mirror, reflecting both my own needs and the endless capacity for connection. Fingers trace delicate paths, a dance of exploration and reassurance. She leans into me, and I respond with equal warmth, our shared timing perfect in its gentle certainty. In this imagined closeness, I discover the timeless power of touch, the way it soothes and excites, heals and frees. The moment stretches, rich with emotion and sensation, a sanctuary where age and time hold no sway. As the final crescendo approaches, I sense a quiet surrender, a release carried on waves of trust and affection. Her hands move with practiced grace, guiding and encouraging, inviting me to let go and embrace the fullness of this shared expression. The culmination is both tender and formidable, a testament to the enduring strength of desire and the beauty of mutual care. As breath slows and the world gently returns, we remain wrapped in the afterglow cocoon of warmth, connection, and quiet satisfaction. She nestles into my arms, the soft rhythm of her breathing a lullaby that soothes and reassures. We drift toward sleep together, two souls resting in the comfort of each other's presence, carrying with us the promise of new mornings and the gentle hope of continued connection. In this quiet closeness, I find a profound peace, the fulfillment not just of longing, but of belonging, of being truly seen and deeply loved.